Hello, this is Mayor Baraka, and welcome to our nightly COVID update for you. This evening, we have, unfortunately, 155 confirmed cases in the city of Newark, up from 123 yesterday. So we're growing. The county has 608. Essex County has 608. Up from 381, almost doubling since yesterday. State of New Jersey, 6,876 in the state of New Jersey, with 81 deaths. 81 people in the state of New Jersey have died from coronavirus. In one evening, the state got 20 more deaths since yesterday, which is a huge number. The numbers keep growing, not just in the state, in the county, but in the city. This is why we are enforcing this stay-at-home policy, and we're encouraging people to stay at home and only come out for emergency purposes only. And I'm going to reiterate what those purposes are. Going to the supermarket, going to the pharmacy, going to the doctor. We're even saying walking your dog. If you want to come stand on your porch or in your backyard or in front of your house, or in the front of your complex for a couple of minutes and then go back upstairs, that's also fine. We're asking people if they have to come out for an emergency or other issues, come out in twos only. If you're a single mother, single father, single grandmother, we understand that, and we're asking you to do not come out of the house with more than 5 people and practice social distancing as you move up and down the street. If you own a pair of gloves, latex gloves, get some. We need to practice as much hygiene as we possibly can. Wipe down surfaces. Cover your mouth when you sneeze and when you cough. If you feel sick, contact your healthcare provider. For the most part, you should be staying in the house. There are a few people out there who continuously violate it, and we're going to be on them as much as you can. I want to thank the community. First of all, the overwhelming majority of this community has obeyed the new policies and the curfews and are doing an outstanding job, even reporting stores that are staying open, reporting stores that have people in them that are not practicing social distancing, reporting groups of people that are congregating out here in the community. There's some people that will not take this seriously until someone close to them actually perishes from this, and that is very, very, very unfortunate. But I would like to applaud the community for standing in the gap and making sure that people are, in fact, listening to this curfew. I'm getting a lot of inbox messages from folks asking me how to help in this process. And I want to thank those people as well. I want to thank the folks who rode around the city today in their cars with the bullhorns, expressing people to stay inside, stay safe, help us protect the neighbors in our community. I appreciate the police officers that are out there, all of the first responders, our nurse, the healthcare officials, everyone that's out there working every day. I'd like to thank you for making sure the city moves on as usual, that we are not paralyzed by this crisis, by this pandemic, because that's exactly what it is. It's a crisis and it's a pandemic. And the best way to fight this is to stay in the house. Practice social distancing, flatten the curve, stop it from growing. New Jersey, again, has the second most cases in the country. The county of Essex has the second most cases in the state of New Jersey, which makes it important for us, very and extremely important for us, to follow these guidelines and these rules. As I mentioned yesterday, we rolled out a $6 million fund for about 6 initiatives that the city is sponsoring for small businesses. The businesses have to have 10 or less employees in the city. We're offering them up to $10,000. It's a grant. You don't have to pay it back. You can call or email us to get more information. Email the City of Newark Department of Economic Housing and Development to get more information. As a matter of fact, on March 30th, on Monday, the applications go live for small businesses. That's March 30th on Monday. Applications go live. You would have to go to the United Way of Essex County website, United Way of Essex County website. The application will be up there on Monday, United Way of Essex County on Monday. Download it, fill out the application, try to get some of this money that's available. Now, we have a limited amount of money, a finite amount of money. So we are asking the corporations, the businesses in the city to help to put money in that fund so we can support more businesses, so we can get more people involved. As we move on to April 3rd, we'll be including nonprofit organizations. We'll be including a fund for folks to help out with in their homes. Later on in that, we are trying to create a fund to help people with rent. We're trying to create a fund to help people make sure they recover lost wages. These are folks who work hourly jobs, waitresses, people work in barbershops, bus boys, or all these kind of folks that get hourly wages. We're going to have something for you as well. So stay tuned to that. Pay attention to what's going on in the city. Stay engaged. Come listen to these updates every night. We'll make sure that you have the information that you need in order to make yourself whole during this very, very, very difficult time for all of us. The Newark Public Schools are still feeding people every day. They're still feeding people every day. There are feeding facilities in every ward in the city. There are multiple schools doing it. Your young people are still able to go get food for breakfast and for lunch in the city. I gave out the information yesterday, but if you go to Newark Public Schools website, you could probably pull down all of the sites, the feeding sites as well. Today, I just would like to thank a few people, National Action Network, Reverend Bartley over there. Like to thank the Housing Authority, Director Victor Cirillo, all of the folks that work for the city of Newark and the volunteers that helped us out. We delivered some 180 grocery packages, or not grocery packages, excuse me, 180 gift cards today, $100 gift cards to individuals, and people were extremely grateful. And we delivered over 500 food parcels to individuals as well. 500 food parcels, 180 gift cards for groceries today. The number to call is 973-733-5728, 973-733-5728. And I know that number has been busy. It has been inundated with calls. Obviously, people are calling all day trying to get in. I would say keep calling. We're going to try to put together some kind of a message service if it gets too crowded, so you can leave your name, your address, your information, so somebody can get back to you going forward. But I know it was difficult for people to get through, and I apologize for that. But we were able to service 680 families today. We were able to service 680 families today, which is huge. It's huge. And we're going to continue to do that every day. And if you want to support that or help that, please do so. I just want to thank all of the volunteers, too, who went out and serviced the homeless population last night and today, who went out, did outreach, try to move people into shelters. And they're having a difficult time in some cases because they don't want to move to these shelters. But we have secured additional locations which will make it easier for them to grab some of the homeless folks and move them, because the place is better than the shelters that exist presently. That's why the city in the future, we're moving forward to build a brand new, our own homeless shelter. I was going to talk about that in the State of the City. Obviously, the State of the City was postponed because COVID-19 wiped everything out. But look, guess what? Life is going to go on. We're going to have that, and we're going to have many, many other things as we get through this and get beyond this. Our life has not ended. Your birthday parties, we celebrate your birthday party another month, another day. You have the opportunity to do that. If you're graduating and you want a graduation party, celebrate a graduation party another day. Have a prom, on a virtual prom. I want to apologize. We're having technical difficulty. Obviously, I'm trying my best to do this outside of the studio, and I'm not doing a very good job at it. We may have to go back to the studio as my way of practicing social distancing and be an example of quarantine because everybody else is quarantining. I want you to do this, so I want to lead by example for the most part. Weequahic Park, Essex County is having testing in Weequahic Park. You have to go to the county's website. You have to apply on the county's website. They'll ask you a few questions on the county's website. If you are somebody that they believe should get a test, they'll give you an appointment, and then you go to Weequahic Park and get an appointment. The same for our federally qualified healthcare center. You have to call and get an appointment first. Obviously, they're not unlimited tests. So if you feel like you have symptoms, if you don't feel good, call. Thank you. We're back again. We're battling with Facebook Live, trying to stay on and deal with these technical difficulties. But I need to give you this information, so I'm going to do it until we get the information out to you guys. Ultimately, as I said, Weequahic Park, there is a testing site, federally qualified healthcare center. There's a testing site. Call first before you go. I would tell you to, if you get sick, to stay in the house, but you should be in the house already. You should be sheltering in place already. I don't know if I said earlier, but we gave out 180 cards today for people, $100 cards to get people opportunities to get food. And we gave out 500 actual food packages. So about 600 or more families benefited from our food delivery today. There's a number that you call, and I know the number was busy, was inundated with calls and folks. We're going to try to put a message board up there so you can leave your name and number and address so we can get back to you. That way you will not miss out on what we're offering. And we're trying to get the businesses in the community to give more to that so we can give more and more people so more and more people can benefit from it at the same time. We're going to do this every night. Obviously, we want you to tune in. We want you to get the information. We want you to give it to your friends and your family, and they give it out as well. So you have solid information. And I know there are a lot of young people who believe that they can't get the virus. That's just not true. You absolutely can. I know the data says that elders are succumbing to the virus, about 80% of them, but there's a percentage of young people that are getting complications around this virus in New Jersey and around the country. So it's important. But you also can be a carrier. So when you're out there in a corner in a pack of 5 or 6 or 7 hanging out, or in Nat Turner Park, or in Jesse Allen Park with groups and groups of people, when you can actually take that back home to your family. So think about that. Think about that. I got a call from a parent who said that their 18-year-old is not listening to the curfew, who is trying to do what they want to do. Listen, this is not the time to do your own thing, to be rebellious. The consequences for that can be dire. You can bring a disease in your home and affect your family with this because you're out in the street doing what you do normally. It's important for us to be community. And I'm going to say this every night until we get it in our heads that it's extremely important that we do this. Listen, really, the entire state should be shut down. Nobody should be moving around this state at all. No one should be moving around this state. No one should be moving around this country. We should be trying our best to defeat this virus. And we only can defeat it if we do this together. God bless y'all. Godspeed and good night.